Welcome back to the Tech Motor channel and this combined series of Jarvis and the Iron Man robot build. So we've got to a point now where the head is virtually complete. We need to start working on the chest. So we're going to start 3D printing all the parts for the chest plate. Now, my 3D printer is an Ultimaker 3. It's not big enough to do the chest plate. So we're going to have to break up the parts and then glue them together. And it's going to be a lot of 3D printing. So I've been struggling with the arm, struggling with the mechanism of the arm, mainly because of the weight of the arm. On this robot, every single finger moves independently in many different ways, which requires 5 servos in the forearm. When you add in all of the nuts and bolts and 3D prints and everything else, it becomes very, very heavy. And so as you extend the arm out, it's an incredible amount of pressure on the shoulder and the elbow. And so I've been playing around with various different mechanisms for that. I have found online a guy who has made a robot and shared it freely. I'm going to put a little link at the top of the screen here to that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out all of his various bits and pieces and see if I can use those. So a lot of 3D printing ahead, but I've managed to print out enough pieces for one arm. So we're going to put that together today. We're going to see how that works. You can hear the 3D printer in the background printing more parts. Let's see if this works. So one of the first things we've got to do is clean up all of these parts. So as you can see, they are as they've just come out of the 3D printer. So they've got lots of little flashing pieces on here that we need to take off. Some of them are still together as if they were on the bed of the machine. So we've got to clean all these up before we put it together. Now it's really important because we've got these worm screws here, and if that's not cleaned up properly, there's no way that's going to work against the various different gears and things. So we've got to spend a little bit of time with a craft knife cleaning these up. Okay, so there's something quite beautiful about these parts. The chap that made these obviously spent a huge amount of time getting this absolutely right. And you just have to look at some of these mechanisms. I mean, it's a little bit rough, but that's just because I haven't filed these down yet. But a little bit of grease and a little bit of time working these in and out. I might just set the servo up to just go round and round for a couple of hours just to clean this off. But just check this out. Look at that. There's just something quite nice about it. So, mechanical advantage. We're going to use these on things like the shoulders and the elbow because you can stick a servo on here. This is a worm gear. It has one tooth on it. And then, of course, you're putting it into something that has more teeth. And so you end up with that mechanical advantage. So the servo, although a really good servo, actually can have a lot more torque if you use the right mechanisms. So, let's put this together. Okay, so we've mounted both arms to Jarvis. You can see he's made up from shoulder to the start of the forearm. The mechanisms are all together, the motors are all in there, but we haven't done any limiting switches or anything yet. So I can't actually run him yet, but I think a test is not that far away. So that's it for this one. I'll be putting another one together soon. At the moment I'm printing plates so I can make up his chest and back. So the 3D printers are working their magic, making body parts, and hopefully we'll have the torso together pretty soon.